So this is going to be a relatively easy and relatively short unboxing video, not much to unbox, but it is a new product that I tried out, so I wanted to share it with all of you. I moved to LA a little over 4 years ago now, and this is something I never thought I would have to worry about again, but here I am. It's something that I got suggested after I did some searches, and so here we are. I'm going to share it with all of you. For those of you who live on the East Coast or the Midwest or the Northwest or literally anywhere that's not South Florida or Southern California, you're probably going to have to worry about winter weather at one point or another. Obviously, something that has come into conflict with that is the fact that all of our phones now are basically all touchscreens. I'm old enough to remember when phones, one, flipped and had all the keys. We used to text by hitting the numbers to get the letters out. I'm also old enough to remember the next step after that, which was like Blackberries, where they had the full keyboard that you could text on. And no matter what kind of gloves, other than like the extreme winter gloves, you could always still type. And on those old flip phones, even with like ski gloves on, you could still type out because it was so easy to press the buttons. But now with touchscreens, we have a bit of a problem. It's cold out and I want to keep my gloves on, but also I need to use my phone. And this came to a head for me because I, as I've mentioned in a previous video, am trying to get my carbon footprint down as low as possible. Had a bit of an incident, not really a car accident, but an accident where my car was lost. Therefore, I don't have a car anymore. I never replaced it. So I use scooters to get around basically everywhere, all electric, again, keeping the carbon footprint down. However, the very short time and the very short type of winter that we have here in Southern California, and the fact that I've become 100% acclimated, means that a temperature of 55 or 60 degrees, where I would be wearing shorts if I was still in Maryland and it was that in January, I am now freezing to death. And when I'm on the scooter, I basically get icicles forming on my hands. Not really, but it feels like it. So I wanted to find a pair of gloves that I could wear on the scooter that would allow me to still basically maneuver and use the scooter, and also, most importantly, use my phone. Because if there's one thing I use the rides for, other than commuting to work and out to events, which haven't been very many during COVID, but on the way to work, is to listen to podcasts and to keep up on social media in limited amounts. So I need to be able to interact with the phone. I tried 2 types of gloves that promise that, despite the fact that these are not very fancy, they will allow you to work with your phone. No, they absolutely did not. I had to take the glove off. I took one glove off for one of those pair. The other one had a finger that you could pop the finger off, which seems great, except for then you realize it's never actually closed. So your finger just tends to get cold. It did stop the wind from getting in, but you could feel how cold that finger was as opposed to the other one. So I then saw these, which are from a company called Genkent, which I purchased on Groupon, not an Instagram ad this time, Groupon ad instead. But these were different because they said that the material in the finger themselves would allow you to use the phone. Now, I've already used these, so they've already technically been unboxed, but we're going to re-unbox them for you so you can see the packaging, what it looks like, what I got. And what you see right now is what I received. It was inside of a white bag that you'll typically get from Groupon. But other than that, I popped open the white shipping bag, and this is what was inside. Just basically a clear on one side, white plastic on the other side, plastic bag with a zipper. And you unzip them, and all that's inside of the gloves. I got a size 2XL because I'm an American man who overestimates both hand and foot size. Luckily, it wasn't too far off, and I had a fear, based on measuring my hands, that any other size would be too small, and I'd rather be too big with winter gloves than too small. So these are also great because they have a zipper, which means that it's easier to get them on, you don't struggle as much, and then get them closed. Also, the inside, around the edge, is fleece, which does help to keep the hands warm. So, again, I've already worn these. I can tell you exactly how they are, and I will momentarily. But that is kind of the final result. They're a little bulky, but obviously that's good to keep the hands warm. And you'll notice that on the forefinger has a little indicator there. And it looks like a finger pressing a power button. And on the underside, they have this weird material that looks like it's for gripping, and it is good for gripping. But the difference is this finger here. And that has something special in it. What? I can't exactly tell you. But what it does is allow you to interact with your phone. So let's take a look and see if it works. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. You can see, hopefully, you can see my, my phone here. I am interacting with the different buttons. And hey, it seems to be working. I can go back. It's not super interactive, but I can press buttons. The most important thing is I can press the play button on my podcast, and I can press the pause button on the podcast as well, which is really what I use it for on my commute. So, good and functional. And I'll put the other one on so you can just see the pair here. Now, they're not super warm. If you live in Chicago, New York, points north, this may not be enough glove for you. If it's getting down to like sub-zero temperatures, the ad and the website said it'll work in that. I can't say 100% that it'll actually work in that because my hands were still kind of cold on the coldest of nights. It got down to like 50 and I was on the scooter moving at like 20 miles an hour. So do that math on wind chill, but they still got kind of cold. Way better, way better than not having gloves at all. And again, I was still able to interact with my phone somewhat. I will say, not the most comfortable pair of gloves I've ever worn. Isotoners, for example, are way better when it comes to comfort. Not the most easy to interact with my phone. Just a plain finger is obviously better. And, you know, not the most stylish, I guess, thing that you could ever wear. But they cost $10. $9.99 for these gloves. So for $9.99, I have some basic wind protection from being on the scooter and it being cold. I'm able to interact with my phone while I'm on my commute. And they're comfortable and I don't have to struggle to get them on. Again, with the zip up part here, it's easy to get them on and off, which is one of my bigger complaints with gloves in general. I'm not a big glove person. When I lived in the East and I was acclimated to the East, I would have never worn gloves unless I was actually skiing. It's weird for me to have to do that now, but again, scooter nonsense. So I can't say that I recommend these only because I think I have a very specific use case for these particular gloves. So if you are a biker, and by biker I mean you ride a bicycle, not a motorcycle, but if you commute on a bicycle and you're worried about just like some cold mornings or cold evenings when you're like commuting back and forth, maybe you live somewhere cold and gloves are a permanent part of your life from fall until spring. Maybe you're like me and you live somewhere warm, but you need them because you've acclimated like me and it gets cold at night, like, 60 degrees. Or maybe you're just a glove enthusiast and you like to have different kinds of gloves. I'll be honest with you that this is a unique glove. I've not seen one with all of these things all in one package and definitely not for $9.99. Now, if you are looking for a tactical glove, like Roberto, who is directing this, this video for me, and of course you can find more from Roberto on his channel right here. These are not going to be tactical gloves. Unfortunately, range of movement is not very high and yeah, I'm just not going to be able to do much on them. I can barely grip the handlebars and work the throttle on a scooter. So not something you're going to want if you want more than pressing your phone with one finger or holding on to handlebars. But if that's all you're looking for, it's not a bad match for that. If you just want to keep something handy that is super lightweight and will still allow you to interact with your phone, these will work just fine. And for $10, for $9.99, delivery time was about 2.5 weeks. I mean, they're perfect for that. But if you're looking for something that's really going to keep your hands warm, it's not going to be these gloves. And if you're looking for something that's going to allow you to interact super easily with your phone, it's also not going to be these gloves. This is the perfect, cheap alternative. It's something that I can keep in my bag. I actually keep them in the plastic container, which is why I still have this. But I can keep it in this container in my backpack. I always have them. I mentioned in a previous video, I've been working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. Sometimes I'll go into work, well, before daylight savings, I was going into work and it was kind of dark, and I was leaving work and it was definitely dark. So it was nice to have them when I needed them, and I'll probably keep them in my bag now until summertime, until it's really not needed. 80 degrees in LA today. Yesterday it was 60. I probably would have used them yesterday in the evening when I was coming home. So nice thing to have, lightweight and cheap. Not the best of anything, but definitely something that you might want to look into if you need that kind of alternative. But again, it's a special use case. May not be the thing for you, but it works for what I need. If you are like me and you have that kind of special need, definitely look into these. I'll put a link down in the show notes below. If you have something that might be a better product for a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, let me know in the comments. I'm obviously looking for an alternative, and I only spent 10 bucks on these. So losing them, you're getting rid of them, not using them, not a huge problem. So looking for alternatives too, just let me know. But thank you guys for checking out this video. I have a bunch of other stuff that I've been reviewing. Kizik shoes, sand cloud towels. I just did one on lint rolled, which solved a problem from the Sutera review. If you haven't checked out that, that's available as well. I do updates on products to let you know how they work. So make sure you check out the update video. Won't be an update on this. They're gloves. You put them on your hands. Case closed. But otherwise, look for a new video posting soon. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Let me know you like the video and let you know when the next video is available. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great week, everybody.
Put the gloves back on for a second.
Okay.
And this might help you in the in-between. You were talking about the type of people who would like the gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned people who are, live in cold places but not that cold.
Yeah.
And something else I can't remember. But I thought maybe it would make a good line for you to say,